the Disaster Risk Management Centre in Cape Town has requested those closest to the fire line in the South Peninsula to remain alert as they continue to fight the two mountain fires in the area. The disaster management has warned that people in the vicinity of Simonstown, Scarborough, Glencairn and Stonehaven should be mindful that the situation can change at any given moment, even though it is currently under control. A large section of the South Peninsula remains blanketed in smoke as a result of the vegetation fires. For more on this now, let's take you to our reporter Mariska Botha, who's on standby to give us an update. Mariska, good day to you. So disaster management continues to warn residents to remain alert even though the fire is now under control. Is there any chance of the fire raging again?
You're absolutely right. It was under control and then it wasn't. And to quote JP Smith, who's the MACO member for safety and security in the city of Cape Town, the story of fire in Cape Town is the story of wind. And that is exactly what we have here. You can hear in the background the oryxes are flying over, water bombing a particular area that was of concern, that they're fighting hard to keep clear of alien vegetation at the moment, because that's one of the big problems with these fires. But to chat to us a little bit more about this specific point where there is concern and where there's active firefighting at the moment, we have Ward 61 Councillor Simon Lalcock. Mr. Lalcock, thank you very much for joining us. What are we looking at here?
Well, we are at Gate 6 on Plateau Road, which is close to the Cape Point entrance. We have two choppers putting out this fire. This is flared up. This is the one flare up on this side. This was the dangerous area the other night. The whole of Plateau Road was alight, and this is where the farms are located. So this has flared up close to eucalyptus and invasive alien species. If it gets in here, if it crosses from there into this, it will probably cross the road back into the national park, which will give us another couple of days of fighting, which we want to avoid. So the guys are really focusing here. We've just had we have a team, we have an engine down here with a team working on fire on the mountain. Sandparks teams are here, and the water bowsers just arrived to replenish them, so they are fighting it with hoses and with the two helicopters.
Although most of the crew, there were hundreds of firefighters on the scene, many engines, a lot more aerial support. The majority of them have stood down, but on our way up here we also saw a lot of points where there are fire engines currently. What are they doing?
So they're standing by for hotspots. With this wind blowing, any glowing ember, anything left underground, deep in the undergrowth, is a risk of starting up again. So they are standing by. The minute something happens, they then put it out. They've got people who will walk in and put it out. They're monitoring, because those spots with this wind can move anywhere. There are some unburned patches on the other side and on this side, which the fire never reached. And if the wind gets in there, then it reignites the whole thing, and we start again from point one.
What makes fighting fires in this particular area so difficult?
You know, it's a large area. One, it's a large area. I mean, when you think of it, people say Simonstown fire. In actual fact, we were fighting 10 fires at one stage, right across the peninsula.
Let's just wait a moment for that. It's an oryx flying over, so the sound it makes is immense. You were saying, what makes it so difficult to fight fires here?
Okay, so it's remote. It's it's remote, and it's wilderness, so you can't get to it. You have to let it burn out until you can reach it, where it's accessible to the water bowsers and the water tankers and the roads. So that's the biggest issue. It's so big an area that it's like having a fire in the Overberg, not in a little town. So it's a wide area, and it's also got a lot of fynbos, which burns low, slow and cold, as you know, but it's got invasive alien species which are in there. We've been working hard on it a lot. Sandparks and the city have been cutting out a lot over the years, so we are a lot better than we were, but there still remain pockets on private land and on national public works land which remain a huge risk to us.
And of course, always with a fire, you always get people on social media that doesn't necessarily give the correct information. What is your call to the public out there when it comes to adhering to warnings about fire?
Well, this fire started irresponsible. It was irresponsible or reckless or some way. I don't think it was deliberate. I think it was an irresponsible behavior by someone who was in the area. And the consequences are huge. So it's basically, we need to be fire aware. This is the fire season, and it goes until the rains come, which is a couple of months down the road. It's every year we have this danger. So it's behavior. Also using social media. You know, social media is a reward and a gift and a challenge, because you get information out very quickly, but you also get the wrong information out very quickly, and people will spread fake news.
Apologies, we're just stepping out of the way for the fire engine to come past. We're just making way for them to come past as well. I'm just going to step over to the other side. Just give them a chance to come past. Sorry, let's be, just briefly, very shortly, what are you saying to people about social media?
Well, use it responsibly. It's a good tool because it gets our stuff out quickly, and I use it to distribute information out, and that's really helped with this because that's kept the public informed. But it does a lot of damage when the wrong information goes out very quickly, and then there's panic, and it creates a lot of misinformation, obviously, which clouds the response to these issues. So social media, great tool, but big danger.
Thank you very much. That was As the Oryx Flies Over Again. Let me just give it a moment. Ward 61 Councillor Simon Lyle Cock telling us there, people, please be cautious and fire aware, and of course listen to the correct authorities when it comes to fire warnings.
Mariska Botha, thank you very much for bringing us that update there on the South Peninsula fires that are happening there, and we ask you to please also exercise caution as you continue to bring us those updates there.